I hope he did at least a little drugs.
Yeah, I do too. I hope you did drugs, Julius. We hope you had a good time.
I don't see him as a hard drug man.
No.
Maybe some wine.
We get a lot of quick. Maybe some what?
Some wine.
Some wine.
Some wine.
Some wine.
He's having himself some wine.
Welcome to Flan-Again, a Mike Flan-Again rewatch, brought to you by the Articulate Coven. For more information on the original Anne Rice fan podcast and community, visit articulatecoven.com and find more about this show at articulatecoven.com/Flan-Again.
Welcome to Flan-Again, a Mike Flan-Again rewatch podcast brought to you by the Articulate Coven. We're your hosts for this round. I'm Ashley.
I'm Brat.
And we're going to be talking about the Fall of the House of Usher, episode 3.
That's right. Rue Morgue.
Murder in the Rue Morgue,
Yeah.
which is based on the murders in the Rue Morgue.
There were real murders in the Rue Morgue?
No, that's the story.
Oh, good.
By Edgar Allan Poe.
I assumed.
That this episode's based on, and where Camille's character comes from.
Yes.
Camille L'Espagne. Which is such a fabulous name.
What a great name.
What a
It
great
was a
name.
beautiful name.
Yes. So, how have you been, Brett?
I'm fine.
Last we met.
I've been doing just fine. Doing just wonderful. Very happy to continue on watching the show. I love it. This episode is a lot of fun.
It is
this
very
one
fun.
Is having old Kate Siegel be kind of the driving force of the entire thing is delightful. I'd watch her in anything.
Yeah, she's one of my favorite of the Flan-Again players.
Oh.
I like to think of them.
She's one of the best actors working right
Yeah,
now,
and
I really think.
She's so good in horror. She's so good at really capturing, like, understanding that what's great about horror, what's great about fear is about, like, the human quality of it, the human
Right.
aspect. And she's just really able to find a lot of nuance in characters and things like that I always enjoy her performances.
Oh, she's delightful every single time.
Apologies on the top here because I'm sick and I sound like a frog.
We're both sick.
We're both
so
sick,
this
but
is
we're
going to be a lot
here
of
for
fun.
you because we love you
That's right.
and we care about mean, horrible people dying.
That's right. They need it. They deserve it. Happens every day.
Happens every day.
Happens every day.
Could happen tomorrow to someone. Who knows?
You just never can
You
tell.
never can.
But it
tell,
happens
but
all the
it happens
time.
all the time.
You're watching.
The rich. Okay, so let's get to it.
Yes,
We open
start.
into the first scene there. Pim's showing up at
Yep.
our Corpsepalooza.
That's right.
As I like to think of it. At the end of our last episode, the sprinklers came on.
Melted everybody inside.
Melted everybody at the party.
Yep. Human stew.
Human stew. It's very squishy in there. I would say that we had the subtitles up, and they did not include any sort of good sound effects.
They didn't say squelch or
They didn't
anything
say
this time
squelch or
around. There
squish.
was squelching and squishing
was-
happen.
there
That
was
removal.
squelching.
Ugh.
Yeah, when he took the mask off.
Him just walking around in there. But he had that whole, like, at the very beginning of that like, a Star Wars kind of callback of, these aren't the droids you're looking for. He gets in and does whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah.
Because he's Arthur Pym.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, he can get into any place he's not supposed to.
yeah, cops bitching about him. Oh, you're not supposed to be in there and you can't do this. I mean, that's Luke Skywalker. Let him through.
So the scene's really interesting to me because it's absolutely silent in this. Okay, so I'm really into true crime, and I happen to know that one of the things that happens in a mass casualty event like this situation is that, and something that first responders frequently talk about, is that there's always cell phones ringing and going
Oh,
off.
sure. Yeah.
Because
Oh.
it's people, I know, it's the worst.
Oh, man.
Like, it's just so gross and awful.
That's rugged.
But to me, this because everyone had to leave their cell phones in lockers and shit like that.
right.
This was all that secret.
Yeah.
This was the secret fuck it fest.
That's right.
Secret fuck fest party. And so it's so quiet in there, and that's something that's missing is so strange to me. Like,
Oh,
it's not
sure.
something I've ever heard myself, but it's just something I know you should be hearing.
Once you know that, it sticks with you,
Yeah.
man. Like, you would just think, if you're really trying to picture it, which is god-awful.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you really do try and picture
Yeah.
it, that once you know that's a thing, then you'd be like, oh, yeah, that's a thing.
It's like the pass alarms on 9/11, like that.
Yeah.
After the buildings fell, you can still hear, like, sirens going off, like alarms going off. but it's not anything from the buildings. It's the alarms that are on firefighters when they stop moving.
Yep.
Fuck all you guys. Like, this is the kind of shit that
Did it melt the lockers then?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it had to have been just in that room,
that's a really
right?
good thought. Like, they have everybody's shit. Now, they do return, because this is getting ahead, but in the next episode, they return, Pym returns her burner phone to
that's right,
Frederick.
Yeah.
So I think that room might have been not affected by
I think it had to have not been affected.
And also because he's going through the videotape later too.
Right.
So like the videotape wasn't destroyed. I'm sure it's all digital anyway. It's 2024.
Exactly. That's where we are.
And these people are quite rich. Of course it's all digitized.
True.
But still, none of that got damaged. It was all still...
Right, yeah, it would all be in the lockers and stuff like that, so that makes sense that it would be melted.
Perry does have his phone, which Pym takes with him.
Yes.
It's so funny. Look, Roderick, when he's talking to what's his face? C. Auguste Dupont.
Yes.
When he's talking to Augie about what happened, he's like really fucking annoyed, and he's like Perry would have known better if he'd been paying attention to the family business.
Yeah.
If he paid attention to the things I told him he was supposed to be paying attention to, none of this would have happened. And it also turns out that Frederick was supposed to destroy this building like months ago.
A long while ago.
And he's such a fuck off. He hadn't done it.
Of course he is. He has to be. He just is that guy. And he doesn't realize it. He just is the rich playboy doing whatever the hell he wants. And I'm learning from dad. And he is not really learning from dad.
Learning from anyone.
No,
he's fucking immoral.
He knows his line.
Yeah.
He knows his line. He knows what's there. Yeah.
But he doesn't
That doesn't mean you know what the hell you're talking about.
Or that you have the authority.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
He doesn't have the power.
Told you to talk to the Jersey boys.
Right, exactly. I don't... Lord, can you imagine?
Talk to the Jersey boys.
The fucking Jersey boys.
78 dead total in that.
Pretty good kill count.
Yep, pretty good one.
That's a lot of collateral damage that we're leaving in our wake.
Oh man, athletes and politicians' daughters, and like,
this is crazy.
Like that would be if this happened in today, like with actual celebrity and stuff like that. It would be an enormous.
Can you imagine?
Enormous shit show.
If somebody dumped a bunch of fucking acid on one of the Diddy parties.
Yeah, on like one of those white parties or something like that. Tom Brady's melted. All these other people oh no. Yeah, it feels like it's that equivalent though, but it's the dirty little secret because they were all at the naughty party.
Right.
But that doesn't mean you're not at one of those naughty parties.
Yeah, you get it.
Freak offs.
Yeah, at the freak off.
At the freak off, out there going and doing. Oh.
Yeah, that's like the equivalent in my mind, and when you think about like the people that were there, a couple of felons.
Yes, of course.
Blame it on a couple of felons. But yeah, like the tip off to Pym that something's wrong, that something was wrong with the situation, that it wasn't just an accident, is that the wait staff
left.
Fucking eye. The wait staff all left, and they said they didn't like. She talked to them. Verna talked to them.
Yeah, yep. But nobody remembers.
But nobody remembers exactly what she must have said something. I don't remember what she said.
No.
Which sounds like bullshit.
But all of them said it. They're like, she said something, I guess, but I mean, I don't really remember. Yeah.
Number one for this whole family after this fucking disaster is to just get ahead of the story.
Yep.
Like everybody.
Circle the wagons.
The only one who's like, seems to be remotely sad is Leo.
Yeah, Leo's the only one.
He's like really he's very affected by it. Everybody else is.
Well, he had that nice scene with him saying "You're more than you are." He was trying to be a brother to him, and so he had this moment with him so he does feel kind of close to him. So it would make a little sense that he would have that. Oh man, I just talked to him, and we just had this. Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe I should have said more to him. Maybe I should have talked him out of this. Maybe he feels a little bit responsible for it.
Yeah, at least partially, I think.
Leo's the only one. We see a great scene with Leo and Camille we'll get to in a minute, too. That's very kind of sibling.
Yes,
like a sibling scene. We don't get a lot of scenes in this show between the siblings where they are acting like a normal sibling relationship.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't exist in this world.
No.
But there are a couple of scenes, and I forgot about that one. I wasn't thinking about that one with Perry in the last episode. When they're like, when Tamberlane asks Camille why she didn't know about the orgy, she was like, I don't know, he didn't invite his sister to the orgy.
Just his sister-in-law.
He did invite his sister-in-law who is not dead.
He was not dead. No, grabbing legs and hollering.
Yeah, grabbing legs and hollering. She's got a little dress left, which is shocking.
On the arm, just kind of drooping and melted to her poor body.
There were people there that had visible just rib cages.
Ribs, like they had to have been underneath where it was dripping on them afterwards or something. Like,
but she comes out okay. She comes out okay.
I wouldn't say okay. She's alive.
She's alive.
She's living.
She is not okay.
She's not okay.
That's
Yeah.
She's not okay.
No, man, no.
Yeah, and then Frederick gets there to the hospital where she's at, and his dad totally is just like, this is your fault.
It's you. You're supposed to do this.
It's
your fault. It's all your fault. You're supposed to get the Jersey boys involved, tear the damn thing down, and get it all there. It's all your fault. Oh.
Yeah.
And then Lenore shows up, and he's like, deal with your daughter. Sorry, I just absolutely destroyed you as a man. Yeah. And here's your daughter. Better go deal with her and your burnt-up wife.
I hope you can handle all of this.
Oh, he's such a dirtbag.
He's such a terrible father.
He's such a dirtbag.
Like, he's a terrible father.
Oh.
Like, even kind of in the early scenes, he's very impatient. Like, when we're seeing him as a young man, he's very impatient with his kids.
Very.
You rarely see him pick them up, or hold them.
When they're always away from him and making noise and stuff like that, and he's always bothered by it.
Really shitty
He's
dad.
just,
not gonna win any dad of the year.
No, not at all. I wouldn't think.
We flip to Camille, and she's watching Augie be interviewed by a Fox.
Yes, by Fox News.
Reporter. And she's like, I love Fox. Thank you so much, because the fucking reporter does exactly what she asks him to do.
Yep.
And it's hilarious. She says, she makes a joke about sending him an edible arrangement. I've literally written a stand-up joke about that.
That's right.
Like, she's like, you send him an edible arrangement, and Toby says, I
can't tell if you're serious.
Yeah, she's like, of course you send an edible arrangement to people you hate. Of course I'm serious. But my joke was to send someone that you hate an edible arrangement, but all melon.
All melon. Make sure that it's it's not even like cantaloupe.
It's all
honeydew.
Honeydew.
An entire honeydew arrangement says fuck you. It really does.
It's a thank you that keeps on thanking you.
Or it is very niche and specific to one human being that it's the only melon I can have. And if that's you, get that arrangement. You enjoy that shit.
I hope people know and send you one.
I hope so too. I hope you got somebody in your life that would send you that and not hate you.
And not be a hateful.
But if you were wondering earlier, like, oh, I wonder why they sent me this all melon, they don't like you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, if you get
it's not us, it's the show.
We didn't do it. It's the show.
Yeah.
It's science.
That's how, I mean, that's just how it works.
Mm-hmm. It was on TV, so it's true.
So it's true.
We also, in the scene, we get into a little bit of the speculation about what's going on with these chimpanzees and Victorine.
Yes.
So the speculation, Tina says, is that animals are going missing, but they're not going missing when they, like, it's not like they're covering up when an animal dies. It's when an animal supposedly survives the procedure.
Yeah, lives.
And then, later on, there's a number dump off, and there's no explanation for it.
Yep.
And the speculation is that Victorine is then cutting open a fresh monkey's heart, sewing it back together, and then pretending that monkey was the monkey that had the procedure.
Yeah. I mean, that's dirty.
But then how does she get the monkey bit? How does she get the monkeys out of the lab? Well, there's cameras everywhere.
Well, you better go in at night and chop that monkey up and take him out in your bag in pieces and parts.
That's what they think she's doing.
Because you got to go back in and get the heart mesh.
Oh, fuck.
You know, so you got to get that out first, get that thing out first, and then you got to hack that thing up and take them out a chunk at a time in your Tesla or Porsche or whatever the hell she's driving.
Well, and they joked about her carrying it out in her Birkin bag.
That's right.
Which is a very expensive bag to put monkey guts in.
That's a lot. Oh. But
they have the money, so...
Oh, yeah.
And they don't have the shame.
No, that's right. I think she has a special Birkin bag for that. It's it's a decent size that would fit. Ooh, I need something that would fit a monkey arm.
Maybe it's been lined with purposefully lined with
Absolutely. I need this to be...
like
waterproof, needs to be viscous proof.
Yeah, viscous proof.
That's right.
Like super chic drop cloth.
Yeah, listen, I want to dump viscera in this thing and be able to spray it out with a hose. They would make that for you. Somebody's making that for you. No problem.
No, probably not asking questions.
No, they'd be like, cool, that's great. Yeah, I don't know.
They, Toby and Tina tell Camille that they're sorry for her. They're sorry.
Her reaction.
She's so, like, confused. Like,
her reaction.
And they're like, we're sorry for your loss. Your brother died.
Yeah.
She's just like.
Feels like. Doesn't even say anything, and they just leave. It's such a great, like, what am I supposed to say to that? It's so good.
They have those scenes with the two of them and her are very funny to me. They are
very funny.
We flash to Victorine again. Verna shows up. This is a real quick little thing.
Yeah.
Verna shows up as a very sickly.
Oh, so sick and so
sweet, pitiful, like, woman who has a heart problem. She's going to Allie the doctor, Alessandra, for help, presumably.
Of course.
And Victorine runs into her, like, literally.
Well, Verna runs into her.
Yeah, I mean, but it's just like she's so fantastic in this. Carla Gugino. All these characters are so different that she's playing. All of these versions of Verna that we see.
She plays, what, 4 versions of Miss...
it's crazy.
You see her in this one, including the Red Death version of her?
Yeah, in this episode alone, we see, like, several different versions.
Absolutely, yeah, lots.
And they're all so different. She does different things vocally. She does different things physically.
Dude, she's a...
And they do a great job. Hair, makeup, everyone. Like, she looks sick. Her hair is, like, dull. And lackluster, like she looks unhealthy.
Looking real, like just slack-faced and just shaking and like real scared and tired all the time because of her heart condition.
Yes, and out of breath. And so this is not someone you should be taking advantage of, being the whole point here.
She's an usher. Got to. Victorine's going to do it.
Victorine. Then we get into our scene with Camille and Leo where they're having, like, again, this is the scene I was talking about that I referenced a little bit earlier where they're having, like, what is a true, like, kind of sibling conversation.
Right, yeah.
Where they're kind of interacting like two normal siblings.
Well, not initially.
No.
Comes in initially, and Camille's all business. Like, you just popped an edible? You're my first line of defense, and you just popped an edible? It's like, yeah.
Just
you want one?
I would, too. If I was dealing with this shit, that's the first thing I do when I got home.
Listen.
Pop an edible.
Yeah, your brother dies, your little brother dies, and you go home, and you're there, like, yes.
Your little brother doesn't just die, he gets fucking
melted, except for this chunk right here, so you can tell that it's him.
Melted.
Melted, bro. Yeah.
It did kind of look like his eyelashes were still there.
Well, they were.
Which seemed insane.
They were so luscious. How could they not be?
Beautiful, beautiful boy.
Yeah, a beautiful lad.
Boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, she comes in all guns blazing, and then they both get high, and then they kind of
have an edible, and then they start having an actual conversation with each other.
An actual conversation where she's even being sympathetic about Perry. You know, they're talking about how young he was when he found out he had all this fucking money.
16 rags to riches.
Baby,
yeah, man. Already, I mean, everybody's a little nuts at 16. Can you imagine? Just going from, you're just 16 years old and all of a sudden, here's billions of dollars at your disposal.
Well, and he wants them to have that.
Yes.
Like, that's his whole thing, is he's like, if you're
That's how he's a good dad.
That's how he's...
That's how he's a good dad. That's how I'm there for you, is I have all this money and you have it now too.
Because his whole thing was that the reason why, I mean, like his father not acknowledging his existence.
Yep. Being rich and giving him none.
Can do
yes.
Acknowledge your child's existence and provide for them.
That's right.
He's such a
got to keep up the appearances. Got to live like an usher.
And Leo's like, they talk about like how they're all involved in some sort of fuckery, and Leo's like, look, I'm not into all that. I make fucking video games. And she goes into this great monologue about how the ushers don't make things.
Ushers don't make stuff. There's a line. It's so good because it's just true. They're not creators. They're not inventors. They're not anything that adds. They just are the money behind it.
Yeah, and they have to surround themselves with people who are better than them.
Yes,
in order to achieve the things that they want to achieve. People who have more talent, people who have better hearts, people who, like, it's so
who are genuinely good in the fields that they're working in, that they are there for.
Which sucks because of the collateral damage that you're going to see in the wake of like this family's destruction. It's nobody's coming out of the situation unscathed. No, at all.
No, they just are destruction in their entire wake.
She calls him Xbox Gatsby.
Xbox Gatsby is great.
Xbox Gatsby. That's so good.
That's wonderful, and that's accurate. Yeah. And I honestly, out of everything that they're all doing,
I'd do that.
Listen. I can't do it, but I like this industry and I want to help with this and create video games.
He has a good shoe collection. Cool apartment.
Making them games and selling and dealing them drugs and, wild. Yeah. It's the Xbox Gatsby.
Xbox Gatsby. That's hard to say.
It doesn't ring the same as like Nintendo Gatsby or PlayStation Gatsby.
No, it's very specific.
Xbox Gatsby. It's so. You chew on that line.
Yeah, it's good writing.
Yeah.
It's very good writing.
Yep.
That goes along with Gucci Caligula.
Exactly, yep. Yeah, absolutely, yep.
Camille kind of has a moment where she's realizes that she does really nothing.
Absolutely, yeah. I just spin.
I spin and I spin and I
decided I needed to live in a room full of smoke and mirrors, and I was a ceiling fan. Spin and spin and spin.
And I don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
God.
What a weird realization of what your actual life is.
Yeah, and she's so useful to the family, but she's not of use
to anything else.
In any other way.
She's the thing that keeps the family, keeps them. We are the ushers. We are like to be looked up to and idolized, and she's the one that keeps them all in the thing because she's the quickest out of all of them.
Yeah, you're the clever one.
She's the clever one.
She's the clever
That'll
one.
come back around.
Yeah. God, don't be the smart one in your family. That will come around and bite you in the ass.
Listen, and you all have one. You either are that one, or you all know who the smart one in the family is, and she is for sure the smart one.
Yes.
Very much so. Acts that way, is that way. I mean, cranked up to 12, but she is that person.
Yeah. She leaves Leo to have his grief party.
That's right. People start showing up because he's having a party.
He's having a party. He's got to grieve and do all the drugs.
That's right.
We hear Monty, a fashion drug mentioned for the first time, and Monty comes up again a little bit later in this episode as well. And then we get to my favorite thing, probably my favorite monologue in this entire series. Maybe it's in my top 3 favorite Flan-Again monologues.
Yeah, well, it's exceptional.
So
it is exceptional.
It's the lemon monologue.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
A perfect breakdown of that kind of thought process, of that capitalist, ultra deep think about what is the base and how do you build upon it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, and thinking about every possible level of fuckery that has to be involved for you to win at that level.
That's right.
Like, for you to have to be a billionaire. Like, we're not joking. I'm very eat the rich. There should be no billionaires. No. If you're a billionaire, you're a terrible person.
Get out of here.
On some level, you're not a good person.
No, you can have your, everybody's nice. No, man, you crushed people on the way to getting billions of dollars.
And you have that much money, why are you sitting on it? You can't spend that in 1,000 lifetimes.
Build a library, jackass.
Fucking build a library. Build a museum.
Something.
I don't know. Donate to public school. I don't fucking know. Do something.
Yeah, anything.
Theater. Do something.
Yeah.
Ew.
Something, anything that benefits humanity around you because you stole from the rest of us.
It's done so beautifully. So he's like, it's just a play on the whole. If life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. He's like, no, you don't fucking make lemonade.
Nope.
This is what you do. You fucking ruin people. You fucking manipulate people. You
buy all the lemons and you keep them scarce.
Yep.
That's how you start.
Scarcity is how you
You
start.
have to start with the whole thing and then you get it. So lemons are the most popular thing in the entire world.
Yes.
Everything is lemon. Everybody's saying lemon.
Billie Eilish, OMG, hashtag
lemon. You gotta have
to rename in their operating system, lemon.
Lemon with a cute little accent over the top of it.
The delivery of this monologue is so beautiful and perfect, and it's one of those things this is the thing I can't imagine Frank Langella remotely nailing the way Bruce Greenwood does.
It would be very, very different, and
it would be very different. Like he wouldn't get any of the I'm assuming. I'm making a lot of assumptions here. But I feel like he's so like in the know. He feels so in the know and so aware of every fucking facet of business, including how in this day and age you have to promote a business, how you have to move things forward, how you have to sell it and sell it to the masses in a way that makes everybody like fucking hungry for it. I mean, we're seeing it right now with Wicked. Everyone's going fucking bananas for Wicked.
Go get 'em.
This summer it was Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
There's fucking Taylor Swift.
There's always something.
There's always something.
Yep. Something.
There's always something, and this monologue is about making that out of lemon.
Making that thing. Making that one thing. And once you have dominated the entire thing down to the seeds and suing everybody's ass because you spread your seeds into their fields and absolutely burn them down to fuck the farmers over. To just destroy everything. Once again, coming back to controlling the supply lines. It's classic warfare shit.
Yeah.
And I mean, and it works. It works.
It's been proven time and time again.
That's right. It's that art of war stuff, and it's 100% right. And my favorite thing about this, though, she's pounding, absolutely pounding that cognac throughout this thing. Just man.
I mean, like we have a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue. In our house. It was a gift from my brother.
Delightful.
Beautiful. Thanks, Slade.
Yeah.
I have had like 3 sips of it.
Sure. I think I've had 2 small glasses of it, maybe equaling 3 shots.
For Christmas last year.
Yeah. That goes for $99 a shot.
That goes for...
This is, I looked it up, and in the show, he got it at an auction for €4 million. Okay. Now, in reality, it's listed between 1 and 1.5 million euro.
Fuck yeah! Is it real?
Yes, it's real. The bottle is 17 pounds, and there's only 1 liter of liquid in there.
What?
Yeah. All the rest of his description on that is right. It's gold and diamonds and wrapped and aged 100 years and shit like that. It's been around since the 1700s. Like it's a legit thing. And it's not the most expensive beverage. There was 5 or 6 more that I didn't want to list because my penmanship sucks. But yeah, there's 17 pounds a bottle, and there's a liter of it.
Oh my god!
And he gets done with the lemon monologue and starts kind of freaking out because the ghost of Camille's back behind him.
Yeah, hanging out behind him. Yeah, and he even he pours a fresh glass after that monologue, and then gets a jump scare from Camille and throws.
And he chucks it at her face, which I think is the greatest reaction to like seeing a ghost. Right. It's not the I'm terrified. It's
very you. That's a very you reaction. Like your reaction to be like, get
just
away.
Spike it right in their face. And this is his daughter, granted, mangled daughter, really but still would have just absolutely spiked this glass in her face.
Oh man, yeah.
But he's good at being scared. Like that's the thing. His terror is genuine, and it doesn't matter if like you think it's real ghosts or if it is just disease. At what point? What does it matter? It doesn't matter. It's real to him. It's in his. It is happening to him.
100%. Yeah, he's so fantastic. And then when he shifts gears to like get himself back under control, it's just he makes so many great choices.
Yes.
Like physical choices specifically with like in that section right there.
Yes.
It's so fucking good because he goes from being like really self-satisfied with himself.
Very self-satisfied.
He used the phrase limpire. That's when you
ended the thing with a shit pun just.
But when you've sold your limpire for billions of dollars, then you make your fucking lemonade.
That's when you make lemonade. Yeah.
And then he has to like he's like super smug about how he handled all that, and then Camille scares the shit out of him.
Yeah, that's the thing, and that's the thing that I think that he would nail over any other actor is that there's a genuine joy in I'm smart and I'm about to let you know. And it's not, there's smugness to it, but at the same time, it's that smugness that's kind of endearing that you're just like, you asshole.
Yeah.
You're such a dick, and you slug him and then you have a drink of that cognac. And
well, it's like that there has to be, there have been studies that like about sociopathy in like CEOs and things like that, and how common that sort of narcissistic sort of kind of personality type is in those. And there's a reason why those people are fucking charming. And I'm really glad that they capture that, because he has to be charming to do a lot of the shit that he does.
That's exactly right.
He has to be charming to get away with the shit he gets away with. And he learns well. You know, he learns well from Longstreet. He learns well from Griswold.
Smart.
You know, he listens and
he listens to his sister. He listens to his sister and is like, you know what? She's absolutely right.
Because he does know, as smart as he is, he knows she's smarter than he is.
Yeah, oh, yes. Well, I mean, that's been proven since the first episode. Since the very first time we saw them, she's always been kind of the brain of that and been scheming the whole time. Always scheming.
Yeah, she's a couple steps ahead of him, always. And he's probably a few steps ahead of where he should be. So between
he catches up really... once he's like in the business kind of thing, then he really kind of gets with her stride for stride when they start working with each other. But that's jumping ahead.
Yes, it is. But that's okay.
That is okay.
Why would you not do it?
I agree.
Because we've watched this so many fucking times. We get a good flashback scene with Roderick and Griswold. We find out Griswold's totally fucked Roderick over.
Of course he did.
Who saw that coming?
Duh.
This is the thing. You don't walk into an office and give away your whole fucking hand the way he did. He was like,
not as smart as his sister.
This is the name of the company the chemist works for. This is the name of the drug that he's designed. Let me tell you this is his address. This is what car.
Right, exactly,
Here's his license plate number, his social security card. Jesus, you don't show your hand like that.
No.
He hasn't learned yet.
He didn't know. He's working in the mailroom. The guy's learning.
Yeah, he's learning. He's gonna learn. And he does here big time, because Griswold fucks him hard.
Absolutely. But at the same time, he's like, I'm going to give you $500. You came in here and an idea is a fart that your brain makes. And he gives him $500 and then goes on this great monologue. This guy's, his voice is tremendous. That actor's voice, he uses the timbre of the back of it so well.
He's always in such weird shit, too. Like, I feel like he's in really random stuff. I love it.
He's wonderful. But he's explaining that, all right, listen, I could use somebody that has ideas, and maybe they want to move up, and maybe they want to do this, and maybe they would be down the hall for me, but that's down the line. Right. So, you got to make the choice. You want to keep yelling at me about this, or do you want to take that $500? He takes $500. He's like, and then he berates him right after he takes that $500. He's like, now you're fucking thinking, you idiot. And then it's so manipulative. You see where he starts picking that kind of stuff up from, because he is so manipulative in the worst and greaseballiest of ways, but he's good at his job.
I didn't realize he's in fucking Midnight Mass. He plays the Mayor Wade. Wow. Yeah. He looks really different in that.
A very different character. That's the thing about all these actors, man. That's why Flan-Again keeps these people around, is because they can be a lot of different things. They're great actors. They're good performers.
Yeah, they are. And he has, I get the feeling you get is that, I mean, I don't think he worked for Longstreet, because Longstreet died when they would have been young, but he has that kind of vibe. That same sort of
same
vocal cadence. When Longstreet, the very first episode, we hear him talk about, like, children are meant to be beaten like meat. Or
that's right, tenderized.
Like, it all has that same kind of cadence that Griswold's using, too. It's just brilliant shit to me. I love it.
Very, very well done. He's very, very good.
Yeah.
And he's...
Michael Trucco.
Get him, Michael. Good job, dude.
We're big fans.
Yeah.
He was, I can't believe he was in Usher. I can't believe he was in
Midnight Mass,
and I didn't realize it.
It's a testament to how good of an actor he is. Yeah. That you're like, oh my God, that mustachioed, kind of weak mayor.
Yeah.
You know, just wonderful that dude's got range. He's got it.
Chameleons.
So good. Good actors. He likes to have those good actors around him, man.
Yeah, he bought the whole company out from under. He just
bought the whole entire thing, got the entire deal, owns the chemist, owns the whole entire thing, because he's got the means to do so. And so Roderick learns a pretty important lesson at that.
Yeah, and he gets he gets a 15% raise too.
That's right, 15% moves up to fourth floor. That's right.
Yeah,
going down from sub 2 to 4. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That's not bad. His wife's happy about it. His wife's very proud of him.
She's so different from them. She just wants to live a good life.
Yeah, she's like, this is huge for us. $500. Oh my God, that changes our life.
We can get our kids the medicine they need.
Yep.
Like, that's the situation they're in.
Yeah.
They can't afford to buy their children's medicine.
Well, they were all in one room sleeping.
Yeah.
Like the baby and Frodrick and
Tamlin.
And all of them are in the same room. And like, we can get the air conditioner fixed.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's... You did that. You did that.
Yes. She's like trying to make him proud of himself so he can see himself as something other than this like child that wasn't picked.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and it's not a failure. Like, yeah, you got berated and you got shit on it and it hurt your pride, but you did a good thing. This is a good thing.
It didn't go the way you wanted it to go, and it didn't go like
how you thought.
Dream didn't happen, but you made moves. You made movement.
You made something happen that made life better for us. Yeah. Yep.
She doesn't need for him to be the CEO of that company.
No.
She just wants her kids to be healthy and happy.
That's right.
She wants her husband to be healthy and happy.
That's it. Yeah. Just wants to be a happy family. And that's what makes her different from everybody else on the show.
Yeah. It's so sad. It's so sad.
It's so sad.
Roderick is so ambitious and so hot-headed. And then Madeline just is so cold and has to be in control of everything around her.
Talking about manipulating their first adopted parent, the foster family that she learns from, and because she ended up locking Roderick in the closet all the time for being a dick, which but she's like, no,
the system's not great, y'all.
No, but she's like, no, man, you got to get close to him. Yeah. Get close to him, learn from him. Oh, how'd you do that? Oh, that's interesting. That's amazing. Yeah.
And we get this really great language that is very foreshadowy about he will brick you in until you are in a tiny tomb.
Yep, he'll lock you in that closet and brick you in until you're in a tiny tomb.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then she goes into what you've got to do, exactly what you said, is you've got to put yourself next to him. Like, let him show you how that trowel.
How to use that trowel.
Yeah, and then stab him.
And then you stab him with it. Just get him in the ribs.
Yeah. She's just very cold and very out for what she wants. Like,
calculating, man.
And it's like the two of them decided what they needed and what they wanted. Yeah. What they were gonna do in this life. They have the same. We hit it at some point. They have the same New Year's resolution. Yeah. And it's just that, and then they're twins. It's that weird twin thing too that they don't really talk about in this, but we talk about a lot in Hill House.
It's a twin thing.
But they are very focused together as a pair, a team. And a part of that, I'm sure, comes from being alone and just the two of them for so long.
Well, what a weird place that they came from.
Yeah.
Crazy mom that wouldn't go to the doctor. And they weren't educated and they didn't know anything. And then mom comes back from the dead and kills dad. Yeah, and now they're thrown into chaos. So, I mean...
You're in that weird cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
No one wants to live.
Yeah, you're in this weird space. And so you get put with this other family and they don't know how to exist with anyone in society or any sort of anything. So
no, it's like that.
It's dangerous.
It's not as extreme, but that family that they had fucking 13 kids and had them all chained up.
Chained up in the basement and stuff like that. Yeah.
That was wild. And that girl had never spoken. She escaped their house one night and called the cops and had never spoken to anyone outside of her family.
Yep, never. Before. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nuts. That was, yes. But it's in that weird, they don't know how to react with anything. And her instinct is, I'm going to take care of me. I'm going to take care of my brother. Mm-hmm. And that's it. And that's all. And no one's ever going to hurt us again.
Yeah. No one's going to fucking hurt us.
No one's going to fuck with us. Nobody's going to mess with us. That's not going to be a thing.
I think that's a lot of it too, is that having... Yeah, that security and having and just being in control of what's around you. She wasn't in control of her childhood.
Nothing.
At all.
Yeah, nothing.
So in her adulthood, she definitely is I'm gonna keep this shit on
controls
lock.
Everything. Yes, yeah, 100% is in charge.
Timberlane's very much like her in that.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
we get fucking Roderick is quoting Annabelle Lee to Annabelle Lee. But can you please stop quoting a poem to her where she dies at the end?
No, because she dies at the end. Listen.
Oh.
Everybody dies. It's that's everybody. But yeah, the poetry thing, I get how some people are like, hey, here's some poetry that I'm just rattling off. She's having this real conversation with him, trying to pump him up, and he's like, hey.
That's a really good fucking point.
Let me give you a little bit of Annabelle Lee and give me some. Like,
instead of us talking about something real, let me distract you with poetry that I know you love.
That I know you love, and she falls for it and loves it. Pretty words. Is there pretty words, and I mean, come on, who doesn't want pretty words said to him? That's great.
Especially when you're young.
Oh, give them those pretty words.
They're young and dumb, pretty words.
Pretty words work.
They do.
And but it's his fallback, and I do honestly think it's because he does love her. He is. Oh, I do too. He is in love and infatuated, and does have honest love for this woman.
He's not good enough of a person to be with her. He doesn't deserve to be with her.
No.
Yeah. We go to Leo, who wakes up after his crazy ass night of partying.
Yes, party.
And he's covered in blood.
Now that's I love that reveal, because he's not covered in blood. He's sitting there and he wakes up and he's on the couch and there's shit everywhere.
He's in shadows.
And he's just sitting there, and you just see him kind of chest up, and he goes, oh, and he wipes his eyes, and then when he wipes it away, there's just blood from his hands that go on his face, and he doesn't notice. He walks to the fridge, gets a drink, and then finally kind of sets the milk down and looks, and he's covered.
Yeah. Yeah. The reveal of it's fucking blood.
Yeah, the walking around with blood all over your face and not knowing it.
Like, he doesn't really see it until he puts that carton back in the fridge, and it's covered in blood.
It's all over the carton, then he looks at himself, and oh, God.
The first thing he goes and checks out his boyfriend.
Yeah, did I kill my boyfriend?
It's so fucked up.
You know what?
But you might...
The right call. If you wake up after a drug-induced blackout and you are covered in blood, go check on the person that you love that's staying there with you and did I murder them?
Maybe it wasn't, did I murder them? Maybe it was, did someone else murder them? I just played in the blood.
Is someone dead? Like, check on the level. So I get that one. And his relief when he rolls over, he's like, oh, thank God. All right. Didn't kill him. What?
Did kill his cat, though.
No, 100% killed the cat.
Which this is the third Flan-Again show we've got dead cats in.
Yep, stabbed the shit out of that cat.
I don't know what his beef with cats are, but I think he's a dog man.
I think probably so.
He's killed a lot of cats.
I think so. But there's a lot of Egyptian imagery in this kind of thing, and so this cat is
a very good point.
Part of it as well, I think.
Yeah, and it is. It's also a fancy... We'll learn more about that next episode. Mm-hmm. It's a very fancy cat. Yeah, kill the cat.
Kills the cat and immediately goes into get sobered up.
Oh.
Take out the knife. Let's put the cat in a bag. And I am cleaning this bitch up. Man. And down on hands and knees, scrubbing the blood, scrubbing the floor.
There's a lot of blood. It's a mess.
Dude, he stood up in it and walked around the house. Like there are bloody footprints all over. So he tracked the gore everywhere.
I don't know how his boyfriend, is his name Julius? Poor Julius stays asleep that whole time.
Yeah.
God bless. I'm so glad he slept through that.
I hope he did some drugs too. Like, he doesn't seem like he does a lot of the drugs, but I hope he did some of the drugs so that he was able to sleep.
Yeah.
Which I think he did. I mean, he woke up he's like, it's morning, afternoon, what time is it? He's like, doesn't matter.
I imagine if you were with Leo, you probably spend a lot of time not having much of a concept of time.
Up late all the time. Yeah, for sure.
Leo or Perry.
Well, and I mean, he was up taking care of him, so he probably just was tired.
Yeah.
But I hope he did at least a little drugs.
Yeah, I do too. I hope you did drugs, Julius. We hope you had a good time.
I don't see him as a hard drug man.
No.
Maybe some wine.
We get a lot of quick... Maybe some wine.
Some wine.
Some wine.
Some wine.
Some wine.
He's having himself some wine. I don't know if he has weeds. He seemed a little bit straight-laced to have some.
He does seem.
You know.
But
a little fastidious to have, to be a little silly. You know what I mean?
Oh, wouldn't be a silly guy.
No. But I see him having a couple things of wine and getting snarky.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
I could see. See, and Camille was having fun with him.
Absolutely, yeah. Camille loved him.
Then we see Pim. We go back and forth between things pretty quick here for a minute.
Yeah, this one jumps a lot.
Who finds Verna in the footage.
Yes.
He found Verna in the footage. He's talked to the waitstaff. This is where we find out she said something to them, I can't remember what. And old Madeline's like, I love the way she says shoes.
Yes.
She's like, any expensive shoes.
Yeah, anybody bought anything, just try and like really lean heavy on the waitstaff because their explanation of, I mean, she said something to me that I don't remember and all of them left, is suspect. Like, that's suspect as hell.
Yeah, sounds like bullshit.
Yeah, so look into them harder, which is the right call.
Yeah, she's the brains of this operation.
100%. And this is where they decide to let Pym handle it.
Yeah.
As well, that they're like, all right, get out there, go do your thing.
Yeah, you go figure out this shit, and when you figure it out...
And rally the troops, get everybody here.
Yeah,
it's almost morning, we gotta...
Yeah, we gotta deal with the melted family members.
Yeah.
The press is gonna find out.
Yep.
We've gotta all be ready for what's next, you know? Like, that's the whole thing for this... for all of this. Lenore tries to go visit her mom, and Moreira just freaks out.
That scene is just for horror, right? It's just for horror. That one, because I was sitting there thinking, what are they trying to? What are they trying to do with this? They're like, we need another horror thing in here, and admittedly, this is a very frightening thing to walk upon.
Well, and can you imagine? Waking up in a hospital after you've been melted like that.
And you're all drugged up, and you're all in this weird haze, and you're covered in shit.
And hospitals are so disorienting anyway.
Yeah, lighting is weird. There's weird sound. So she's just unwrapping herself, just taking the wraps off like a mummy, pulling all of that stuff off, and realizing what's going on while Lenore's losing her mind.
Lenore's like, please, Mom, no!
And then they just scream in each other's face!
Yeah. Yeah, this exchange of just quite a few things are
it's a great little moment to go, just to keep you kind of moving, you know, keep you disoriented.
It is, and it is. There's a few good jump scares in this particular episode.
Yeah.
And that isn't one of them, because that's a very just like, here's some horror for you.
Yeah, here, this happened and you should see it.
Don't mind this.
Yeah.
We get a quick flash to Victorine. She calls Pam to offer her to tease this human trial that's coming up that might be perfect for her irregular heartbeat.
Yeah, might be.
I talked to the surgeon. You didn't talk to anybody, bitch.
No, you didn't.
No, ma'am, you did not.
Why you lying?
Why you lying? And then we get back to Camille, who just wants to starfish and forget about the world.
And then goes and just jumps
on the bed.
Face first on the bed, just laying flat out. That is hysterical.
It's so funny. She's so ridiculous. That is so fantastic.
Yeah, her assistants are just standing there like...
They don't want to bone her anymore because now they're in love.
They're in love. They fell in love with each other. Toby and Tina. Beth and
Toby?
Trevor?
Is his name Toby, really?
I don't know. Probably
Beth
not.
Is her name. They don't want to bone her anymore.
No, they fell in love. And conveniently, right after Tina paid off her student loans.
Camille paid off Tina's student college debt. She does remind them of the consent forms they signed.
That's right.
I thought that was weird. Yeah.
That is weird. If you're signing like a sexual consent form for a job, I wouldn't say that's normal.
I will say that's one situation where you kind of knew what you were getting into.
Yeah.
I don't think we can call this a Me Too type situation.
No, you knew that was part of the job. I expect a lot of my assistance.
Full service.
That's right.
She is a busy woman.
She's a busy woman and has needs.
Very specific arrangements she'd like to have in her life.
I don't even want to talk about this until I've had 2 orgasms.
Yeah, so funny.
That's
I love it. Yeah.
But they're like, no, we can't. I mean, we still work for you. And she's like, nope.
I won't ever be able to fuck either of you again without laughing.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah, that's great. Fires them on the spots, Venmos them their severance, and they fuck off.
Yeah.
Not before she asked them, like, did you find out anything?
Wait, did you finish your fucking job before you came in here and told me this bullshit?
And they're like, nah. Here's your keys. Out of there. Yep. Come on.
You just got fired.
No, and you already got your money. Get out of there. Yeah, you don't know her shit.
Venmo's instant.
Yeah. Go get him. It's good.
Speaking of weird sex.
Oh, let's get to it.
We go to Tammy and Bill, our favorite couple.
That's right.
Tammy and Bill.
Tammy and Bill.
Their girl's late.
Oh, no.
But look! It's Verna.
Oh, but it's Verna. British Verna.
Candy.
Candy.
She is British. She comes in British
Comes in
this time.
all Brit.
And she says their usual girl is sick, so she's under the weather.
She's under the weather, but I work with her all the
I
time.
work with her all the time.
That's right. Yeah, I'm up to speed. I know what's going on. I know what's going on. Yeah, yeah.
So she sits down, and actually,
dude, the transition from her British accent to her American accent is jarring in how smooth it is. It's so good.
It is.
It's so good. Like it makes me every time go, wow, how did you, wow, it's just so natural the way she does it. It's so good.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, it is very good. She's just so fucking smooth. And she settles in and starts having this, like, what a genuine conversation.
Yeah, just a genuine conversation.
What be like for Timberlake.
Well, that was the thing that changed the entire, she's like, let's not talk about my family, and let's not talk about this. Is like, how was your day, Bill? And Bill's face breaks my heart, because when was the last time somebody fucking asked about Bill's day? She never asked about Bill's day. He was absolutely just floored by that.
Oh, and she was excited about what he cooked.
Yeah.
Dude, I
think about this.
For
Yeah.
this earlier today. I almost called you.
Yeah, almost called you to make this. And how was your day? And he starts slowly talking about, well, we finally found this. And then he starts unloading a little more and going and checking in with his wife the whole time, make sure this is okay.
Like, yeah.
She's like, yeah,
well, fine.
Go get it. Yeah.
And then pretty soon she's like, whoop.
Yep. Goes downtown.
She's having a big old time.
Absolutely.
It's like they're having a conversation she wishes she could have with him.
It is. That's exactly what the thing is. That's what she's getting off on,
Yeah.
is that this is a normal human interaction that she physically can't do.
It's so strange.
And so she's getting off on it. And I mean, I guess that you would if you could not have a genuine connection with another human being, I guess.
Yeah,
it's so sad.
So strange and sad.
Yeah.
It is.
Because Bill's kind of a tool, but at the same, but Bill's a Bill. What's wrong with Bill?
Like,
Yeah,
he's really into her. He wants to,
Yeah, he's working on
he wants
these
to be on the team. Like, he wants to be part of it. He wants to be
physical fitness guru. That's actually not a bad dude, you know.
No, he's not a dick. He's not sleeping around on her except with the women she hires to sleep with him.
She sends them to him. Yep. So that's what he's dealing with.
Yeah.
And that was a great scene between the two of them. It's just real, genuine, like, not a difficult scene, but very different from everything else that's going on around them.
Yeah.
Just a genuine, how are you? Are you okay? Is life all right? What's happening? You know, it's
touched my boob on accident.
I know. It was awesome.
How was your day?
How was your day? Sorry.
No, they were having a much.
They were having a great conversation, and it was delightful. And it was just.
And she was. I mean, Tammy was getting into it.
Oh, Tammy's like, all right.
Faster than she normally.
Let me lean on back. All right, let's go.
Well, bitch, just ask him about his day.
Yeah, that's all you got to do.
That's all you got to do.
So no, she doesn't know.
Listen to his ideas. She's so mean to him.
She's got too much else going on upstairs.
Yeah.
She's too important. She's a very important person.
It's a control thing. She and Madeline are really great foils for
Got
each
it.
other.
Yes. Yeah.
Because she is a straight up fucking type A weirdo.
Yeah, she has to be in control and isn't as good at it, and so she has to work harder at it.
She's not as smart.
I think that
Madeline.
She's not as smart as Madeline. She's smart. She's not dumb.
No, none of these people are dumb.
No, but she just isn't as good or as cold, or for whatever reason, she just isn't. She can thrive a little bit, but then the pressure really starts crushing her, and you can see it. I mean, she can't talk to her husband. It's a tough one.
You can't have just a conversation with your husband.
It's a tough one. Or boyfriend. Are they married in that one? I think they're married in that one, right?
Yeah,
yes, because the original Pym signed the thing. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. They're married.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's such a weird dynamic between the two of them. Then we get to the meat of the episode.
Literally.
We get Camille pulling in with her fabulous fucking car.
Absolutely, taking up 2 handicap spaces. So good. What a great, just dick.
Because she could have pulled up just literally.
Just to the curb.
At the curb.
Yeah.
No, parks in the 2 handicap spot. Gets out, goes in. Mm-hmm. And oh, look, who's at the guard desk?
That's Verna the guard.
That's Verna. Guard.
Yep. And her first line, shouldn't be here. Says that like an old man with a gray mustache sitting around.
Phil's the guy that should have been there.
That's right. Phil's not there.
Phil's not there.
But I mean,
Verna
just shouldn't be here.
Shouldn't be here. And it's the same. She says something similar to Perry. Like, you can
stop this. Yeah, you can stop this.
This is the same thing. Like, these two are not so awful, are not such awful people, that she wants them to suffer necessarily.
That's right. Yes. There's a different way. There's another way.
Different way.
There's a different way. If you just listen to me, if what's her face would have been like, listen to Go, then she wouldn't be melted and tearing off her bandages, screaming at her daughter.
It's very true. It's very true. She says, you shouldn't be here. You're the clever one. You shouldn't be here. And you don't have to be here is all I'm saying.
Yeah, you don't have to be here.
And you don't have to be here.
Says that several times to her. And, of course, Camille can't deal with it. She's like, you know who I am? She's like, of course I know who you are.
Of course I know who you are. I know who your sister is. I know who your father is. I know all of this
shit. Yeah, I know all of it is. You're the clever one. You shouldn't be here.
Oh.
And then lets her in anyway.
Yeah. Goes into the chimp room.
Like, okay.
And this room
bleak.
Is bleak.
Bleak, man.
We've been in some bleak rooms with chimpanzees because we've been into some questionable roadside zoos in the state of Arkansas.
This room is as bad as any of those and worse.
This room is bleak.
It's angry, adrenaline-fueled chimpanzees with scars on their chest. They're all scared or dying or full of rage. Yeah. It is a terrible, terrible scene.
Yeah,
it's in the dark and there's bars all the way down.
And it's everything that makes you not want to have animal testing. You know, especially on chimpanzees, they're so like us.
Yeah,
it's so gross.
The one chimpanzee at the very is just chirping at her like, "Oh no!" Like almost as like a warning, is like, "Please just get out of here, man. You don't be here anymore." But no,
she's taking pictures.
Which is a dick move. Let me take flash pictures on my phone of these imprisoned poor chimpanzees.
What does it prove? I guess it proves that she's lied this many times. However many have the...
absolutely.
Oh, it's so fucked up. So these are it's so messed up.
But as she's doing that, I love this shot, and I was watching this.
I noticed it the first time. It's the first time I ever noticed it.
She walks deeper in. There's the one super angry chimpanzee that's banging against the thing, and it's got eyes that are burning, looking at her.
Yeah.
And she's like, ooh, and walks away from that. And she's walking away and she's taking pictures. You slowly see the gate open on that chimpanzee's.
I've literally never noticed it.
It's very small and it's very, like, I was wondering how they got this ape out. Like, how they got the chimpanzee out of there. And it's just 3-4 seconds of just a little bit of an open gate. It's so good.
You see it just swing open.
Yep.
And then Verna comes in.
And then it's Verna. Verna's standing at the door. Looking tiny.
Looking very small.
Looking real small.
I mean, this woman is
She's very small. She's
very petite. I think she's probably about 5'2", 5'3", maybe.
Something like that. She's very small.
Very petite.
But she looks it.
Every bit of it in her giant
sitting there in her little
in her uniform.
Yeah, in the little uniform there. And just told you shouldn't be here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's fucking fantastic.
That's just it's the warning them and letting people choose.
Yeah.
Warning them and giving them an option and like, and they're sitting there talking and
she's really interested in why do you hate Victorine so much?
Why
do you hate her so much? You should be a team, like, and that's the way I would be.
The two bastard children.
And I had a fucking bitch ass older sister that was calling me the bastards. Do you know who my three best friends were?
Dude.
The other bastards.
The bastards. That's a natural team. They're natural friends.
They're natural friends.
That's right. They are natural friends.
Natural friends. They should be a team. They should be able to work together and have each other's back, and they don't.
They don't. They snipe at each other. It's bad.
And these two in particular really, really fucking hate each other.
Yeah.
And she says, it's because you're alike. You're so much alike. But she hides it better than you do.
She hides it. You're mad about it.
You're mad because she hides it and you can't.
Well, and before she says that, she's sitting there and the when she says, yeah, the bastards, you guys should be together, she's like, well, you're going to get fucking fired.
Yeah.
And at this point, she says something, and the voice changes on the word suffer. It goes deeper, lower, and way more resonant than it should.
Well, she's talking about...
and then she leaps flat-foot on top of the table.
It's so fucking scary.
And starts aping her way down there as she's talking about she hides it better than you, and you hate that. And
she talks about how humanity, and she calls us you lot.
Yes.
Twice.
Yes, yeah.
She says, you lot...
millions of animals suffering.
You deliciously, pointlessly cruel you lot can be.
Yeah.
It's so great. And she just gets more and more chimp-like as she goes.
As she's going a lot there, and just kind of the hands of like just it's so good. The shoulder
rips her shirt open, and she's got the
scar.
Fucking scar.
Got the scar on there. Camille is horrified. It is just
giant, terrified eyes the entire time. And she tells her, it's not personal. It wasn't with your brother either.
Yeah, it wasn't with your brother either.
Like
it just is.
Kids,
well,
they don't know anything about it, but here's the bill that came due.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Is what she says to her.
Here we are. That's what she said.
Here we are.
Here we are.
And so Camille's like,
fuck it.
Fuck it. I got mine. Takes a picture, and it's the chimpanzee. And leap, teeth, hands.
Boop.
Go to black.
Yeah.
Boom. Oh.
Our poor workers come in the next day.
Next morning, hey, where's Phil? Where's Phil at? Where's Phil? He's not there. Walk in. All the rest of the chimpanzees are like,
I didn't do that.
Hey, man.
That wasn't me.
Y'all want to look over there? Just,
our hands are clean over here.
Hey, yeah? I've been in here the whole time.
No
you haven't seen me anywhere else. I've been here the whole time.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Camille's dead on the floor, blood everywhere.
Turn on the lights. There's handprints of getting dragged all over the place. It's all over the place. Go around at the edge of the thing, and there's that chimpanzee sitting there.
Looking mean as shit.
Looking mean, gets a big old grin on their face, and it had to have Carla's
smile,
eyes and smile.
Oh, you think?
Put up at least the eyes, because it looks too much like how she looks when she is kind of that crow visage kind of thing. Had to have somehow manipulated it to look like her, because it's gruesome. It is gruesome, and they pan over to Camille, who's just ripped to shreds, just milky-eyed, bad.
Do you remember when that chimpanzee attacked that woman?
Ate her face.
Ate her face.
I do remember that.
She had a face transplant. It did not look great.
They've gotten better with those.
Have they?
They have. They've gotten way better with those. We just started doing them.
Yeah, that was.
But they got way better with those.
That was not good. Chimpanzees can fuck you up.
Dude, and they want to eat your face. They are about your face and your junk.
Is that scientific?
Yes.
They want to get your junk?
They know that's a weak spot. You go after that soft meat, kids. You're hungry and you got big old mitts with huge forearms. You start tearing, you bite of the face, you rip down here, you go after the meat, chunk it off. I mean, they're not going to fight you, they're done.
That's it.
It's nature.
It's nature.
I've watched Planet Earth a few times.
Yeah. I mean,
you gotta watch that.
I mean...
Well, I mean, you put anything in prison and torture it. It's gonna want to kill you.
100%.
And rightfully so.
And rightfully so.
Sorry, I mean, it's not Camille's fault, but she was there.
She was there. You didn't have to
Didn't have to be there.
You picked it. You chose it.
You shouldn't be here.
That's very interesting that a lot of these characters choose their own demise.
She gives them an option. Well, I mean, a lot of them gives them an option of just like, you sure?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. And of course they're not going to listen. And to be fair, I don't think anybody that is wound up as much as these people are in the situation that they are in, nobody's going to be thinking right. And you're not going to go, that random lady said I shouldn't do that, so I should probably go home. Yeah. I mean, 1 out of 10, maybe you're doing that. There's no way. There's just no way.
It's easy to forget everything that's going on. Like, their brother just died in a melted orgy. They're in a trial. They're dealing with a federal...
Dealing with the trial. There's the rat they think is going on.
A fucking rat in the group. There's so much happening. Everybody is running at a hot 10.
Well, Camille just got dumped, basically. Got dumped by,
Yes, and that frequently is a triggering event for domestic violence.
Got dumped. Now Anne doesn't have assistance when she needs.
She does need
more than anything,
someone there to be like.
To help.
Yeah.
I mean, you need somebody that you can trust that is smart and knows how she works, because those two know how she works.
Well, that's how we lose beautiful community.
And that's how it is. And scow! The big House of Usher.
Yeah.
Everyone's dead.
Everyone's dead.
It's a good one. That one's a good one. I like that a lot.
This was a good watch. Our next episode, The Black Cat. It's our Leo episode.
That's right. Black Cat.
We got a lot of teases about some of the stuff that is going to happen and come up with that, because we saw the cat's dead. He's pretending that the cat is missing. Maybe they let the cat out on accident.
And he's been on drugs the majority of the time
Yeah.
that we have seen him.
Yeah.
You know, when he's not at that family dinner, he's probably high on something.
I would imagine.
But, I mean, he's not, like, he's heavy.
Yeah.
Heavy into it.
Yeah. Heavy drug use. Yeah. So things are going to escalate for him next episode.
Yep.
I'm sure we're going to have some more awkward sex.
Here's hoping.
From someone.
I mean, somebody's got to. It's got to get done, y'all.
Oh, I should have gone through comments and things to see if anybody had anything to add that we needed to add. But we'll do that.
We'll do that next time.
I promise. We'll do that next time. But meanwhile, if you're enjoying this, please catch out. Oh, good Lord. If you're enjoying this and you like Mike Flan-Again, please go back and check out our episodes of About Midnight Mass. Joel and I covered that a couple months ago. I had a great time talking vampires.
Yeah.
A lot of the same people are in the cast. Also, if you're into vampires, our sister show, The Articulate Coven, is always running at full blast, talking about Anne Rice, Interview with a Vampire, and the Mayfair Witches series. If you're interested and want to be supportive, we've got a Patreon. You can check all that out at The Articulate Coven.
Do it. Read a book. Follow along. Enjoy yourself.
Read some Poe.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, read some Poe.
Get into some of that freaky stuff. More vampire things. It's a lot of fun.
Vampires are just hot.
I mean, I'm getting...
Not queer vampires.
To be frank, they are not generally my favorite of the creatures.
No.
But I'm getting more into them. There's a lot more out there, and I'm more into them than I thought.
He's inexplicably into the creature from the Black Lagoon.
I love the creature from the Black Lagoon. I like all those Universal monsters. They're a lot of fun. And I wish somebody like Mike Flan-Again would take over that universe. Mike, get on top of that. Make yourself a gajillion billion dollars.
Mike, we've got a lot of work for you.
We sure do.
We've got a lot of work
get
planned
them.
for
It would be
you.
absolutely the best. Oh, my God.
Spectacular.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to close this out, and we will talk to you all soon. We'll be back with episode 4, The Black Cat. Until next time, we've been...
Brat.
And Ashley! Adios!
Thank you for watching Flan-Again, a Mike Flan-Again rewatch from The Articulate Coven. If you want our videos and audio early and ad-free, visit articulatecoven.com/join and join the coven.